breaking news. CM Punk just got fired. He got fired, y'all. He got fired. Fucking goated.
Acknowledge me when I enter the ring. We the ones that I miss when you trying to king. The best wrestling bar cause the other ones bore me. Long as we around, they don't finish the story. Elite with it, they know I'ma be around. Too sweet with it, they know I'ma lay it down on Inferno. But I'm quick to take them to hell. We the ones in the ring and beyond the bell, yeah. Beyond the Bell podcast. Make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe. Yeah.
What it do was popping. It's the undeniable, reliable, the one and only Trigger Trey Knight, and I got fired on my day off.
And this your boy Blackout Jones. Yeah, I'm not the historian today. I'm all about facts, and let's talk about it.
And I'm the gainfully employed Mr. 211. Remember, that is my drink of choice. My cup is in the wash. Let's move on.
Y'all know who it is. Mr. Iconic, Mr. Double Dose of Knowledge, Mr. Carolina Wrestling Cartel. I ain't even gonna go into the whole spiel because I also got fired on my day off. It happened twice. 2 different organizations. Sucks. It sucks to suck, don't it?
That'll blow you.
All jobs.
That'll blow you.
How y'all boys doing tonight?
Man, we're doing great, man.
I'm pretty
Doing
great. Pretty great. You know, I'm employed. You know, I feel good.
Gainfully employed. PTO.
Yeah. Full time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. First off, we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna talk about it. First of all,
Acknowledge me.
because we're gonna have to acknowledge him because somebody else acknowledged him at the biggest wrestling show outside of the WWE umbrella in history. CM Punk wins the match, puts the belt over his shoulder, the same way Roman used to, and walks out with the 1-up. Coincidence? I think not.
It could.
I'm gonna just sit back. Y'all got it.
Well, I would say the CM Punk run, this experiment in AEW, didn't expect it to end this quickly, but saw it coming. It's been turmoil, it's been chaos, it's been rumors, it's been toxicity since Punk has been, and I think a lot of people can say it's been cancer, very cancerous, which the one has beaten as well. But that's neither here or there.
Acknowledge him.
I think Mr. Punk, Mr. Phil Brooks, has to take a good look at himself and say, why? What compelled me to get in another situation after I literally just got back from the situation that I just got back from? Okay, so as we're here, we're at one of the biggest events outside of WWE in wrestling history. And
you're a part of history.
And all we get to talk about is Mr. CM Punk, Mr.
As
CJ.
usual.
For what? Had a pretty stellar card. Great matchups. But we're not even talking about the event. We're talking about CM Punk.
No.
It doesn't do AEW a justice because all we get is negativity, no positivity coming out. The major headlines are CM Punk involved in another backstage incident, which then brings us to the recent news that we heard this week was CM Punk was terminated in future endeavor from AEW, which is why we're here tonight. I think this episode is very...
but okay, question though, because the rumors we've seen, he quit. Is this one of those instances where he quit and to save face, they saying they fired him?
No, I think he got fired. I think he got fired.
I'm not going to say no, but are we All we got is, the press release saying that he was terminated.
It's his word versus their word.
That's right
Well,
there.
at this point, I'll take AEW's word because obviously Punk's word ain't really much to anybody right now. Anybody in the business. And we can say that from his track record. This episode is so befitting to be called a fall from grace. So he fell from grace. He was at a point where we thought this comeback, he already had, the fans, the wrestlers in the back that some were with him, some were against him, but that's due to his own insecurities with himself and also with his temper tantrums and whatnot. And hey, everybody knows Phil. He made a point, hey, some of the greats that I worked with said that they don't have a problem with me, but that's not everybody. There's more people than just those individuals you named. I'm not a big fan for the toxicity. I'm not a big fan for addressing people, telling people that you know where to find me, and then when they come and find you, then you kind of just start kind of getting in your feelings a little bit too much. Like they're not supposed to step to you like a man. They're not supposed to step to you with, as Brother Blackout said, the facts. Pound the fact. Hashtag the facts. And when it comes down to it, you as a leader, supposed leader of the locker room, supposed leader of this new generation, you're already having a problem. A lot of these problems can be addressed if he wants to do a heelish move and says, whatever he said about the glass, and you confront him like, oh, do we have a problem? Was that needed? Did you need to say that? No. Did it need to involve a confrontation? No. But here we are, involved a confrontation. Now Tony's afraid for his life, and I'm gonna get on Tony later. I ain't even gonna do that right now. But now it caused a whole big ruckus and commotion. Now you got the people at Warner Brother looking at you like he's not going to be a good fit. He's not going to be somebody that we think is going to be beneficial to this company. All he's doing is bringing us down. We already got enough on our plate with either the women not being booked good enough, or we got turmoil in the locker room. Nobody respects this, or it's things are pulling apart. It's a lot of things going on at AEW. Some good, some bad, but we can't add this to it and this be the main focus of something that we just made great buku money off of. Like, we can't talk about our accomplishment because now we're talking about CM Punk. So to get rid of the cancer, to get rid of the snake, you cut the head off. And that's what had to happen. CM Punk needed to be terminated. And I know we talked about this earlier. The main thing is you had to let him go. This is 2 instances in a row. You already let him go. You already gave him suspension time off and he returned. Now he's back and nothing has changed. It's affecting your people. It's affecting the locker room. When you have your COO or CEO saying that he feels or he's afraid for I wouldn't say his life, but his well-being within the workplace, that's where we have problems at. But to his own, that's mainly some of his fault why he allowed this to go on, because Mr. Phil Brooks would have never had that understanding or that power over him to think that he can run whatever he wanted to run if Tony grabbed his balls and his kahunas first and decided to put his foot down and let him know I run this. Mr. Phil Brooks don't run AEW. But I'll divert for right now. Mr. Blackout, I know you had a lot to say about it.
Before I let Blackout slide in there. I would not have as much of an issue with this if you had done business the right way.
You mean like the first time with his first run before he got suspended?
First run and now. But, and I'm only speaking, it's just in terms of all in. If y'all had done business, if you and the EVPs had sat down like Roman, because apparently the meeting they were supposed to have got canceled.
Right.
If y'all had done business and shown the world that y'all could put yourselves and your interests and align them within the parameters of the company, I wouldn't have as big of an issue with another Punk thing happening and derailing so much other stuff. If y'all had done the match that we as wrestling fans deserve to have main event a show that big and shown us that y'all care more about us as a fan base than y'all do y'all own egos, this wouldn't be an episode. This would have been a part of another episode. We would have passed over it. We would have talked about it, joked about it, but no. This ain't the first time, though. Black, I know you're probably going to remember. He almost got fired from TNA before. Back in the day when he was there with long hair because he got hard.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Somebody
Hold on,
got
wait.
I look. You just look. Hey, you got future endeavored from the pod.
You know,
Look.
he almost got fired because of a backstage fight with Teddy Hart back in the day in TNA, and this is before.
Total
This is
nonstop action.
Well, it's
Yeah, this-
it's Teddy Hart though too.
Yeah,
it's Teddy Hart, but you got a history.
But you have
yeah.
a
That
history.
that
have
started
a
off.
history.
Yeah,
You have a history, like
Yeah.
it's. You know, they say the definition of insanity is just trying something over and over again and expecting a different result. That's not the definition, but we'll go with that. Everybody keeps giving this guy a chance because of what we know he can be to the business. We know what his
Right.
mind brings. We know he can go. We know he can go. At some point, when do we blame the business? When do we blame the fans? It's almost like when you got a junkie and they keep relapsing. Yeah, it's the junkie's fault because you should have never tasted it the first time to begin with. But then when you go look at their surroundings and you see their next door neighbors using, the building manager is using, everybody in their family using, and everybody's coming to the house and leaving paraphernalia there every time somebody's always giving him an opportunity to mess up. Stop. I understand he's a draw and I understand you want to make money, but at what point is this money worth your soul?
worth your locker room when you start getting people wanting to leave.
Because now your locker room is split. No matter how much everybody else claims they get along, it's Collision versus Dynamite. It always will be. Side note, did y'all see they replaced Punk's picture on Collision with Jay White's?
I did.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But
Yeah.
go ahead, Mr. Jones. Me and Mr. Jones.
Blackout Jones.
What you got for who?
So let's take it back a little bit. With me being, the elder statesman,
Okay.
I'm gonna take it back to a time when these things occurred, we didn't know anything about this.
Okay.
This is not the first time. These things have happened way back when, before I had a love for wrestling and after I had a love for wrestling.
Right.
There was a time where at one point in WWF, there was something called Wrestlers Court. That was led by the one and only, of course, even though I'm still
Don't roll your eyes.
Don't want to say his name. Yeah.
I'm still on that right now. But the Undertaker, they handle business the way business was supposed to be held.
Behind the scenes.
But then we have what we like to call the dirt sheets. We have what we like to call people that like to be the source, and they want to be the ones to go and tell these dirt sheets, hey, this, that, and the third is happening. So, and by the way, you'll float too. Anyway,
hey, look, you float too. Wow. Why is it only you? Hold on, y'all. Why is it only you that gets the balloons? Like, what are you doing?
I didn't want to. All I did was this, and it came up. Like what in the world?
Thank you.
Anybody else notice he be having a thought bubble sometimes?
He get the one, like you get
Yeah.
all the special effects, and we're just bottom of the barrel over here. It's okay.
I don't even know that be happening.
Look,
Go back,
and then
go back and watch the show.
look, and then they just roll slowly too. Like,
so
I wonder if that's gonna pop up on there though. Like it's 13
Yeah, we
minutes.
gotta
All
see
right,
that.
we gotta go look.
yeah, we had to see that.
But anyway,
So-
we do.
Now we're at a point where, with everything else, whether it's wrestling, whether it's sports in general, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, whatever, everything has changed. Everything has evolved. We are in a culture now of we're in the know and everybody's sensitive. There is no law and order. There is no wrestler's court anymore.
Nope.
We, as the fans, we know what's going on behind the scenes now. We get it in real time as it's happening. So when that occurs, now as the fans, we become judgmental. Now what that brings is pressure, because now you're part of a brand, Warner Brothers, that one, hey, we have to save face. Two, we still have ratings that we need to get. Three, as far as AEW is concerned, we still need to have fans come through those turnstiles each and every Wednesday and Saturday. And I'm not gonna say Friday because we're not stupid. We're very knowledgeable. We know you do both Wednesday and Fridays in one day.
In one take. Side note, 89,000 tuned out from Collision when Tony Khan announced that he fired CM Punk.
Okay.
Turn it off.
Turned it off.
So
Now I have something to say about that. Blame your boy. Blame your boy. Now, does Tony Khan have is he much to blame as well? Yes, he
most
is.
definitely.
Yes, he does.
Accountability.
But at the end of the day, blame your boy. Blame the man that said at the media scrum a year ago, hey, if you got a problem with me, come holler at me. And guess what happened? They came and hollered at you. As much as I don't like the Bucks, at the end of the day, if you call me out, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up on you too. Then, all right, everybody gets suspended. Belts are dropped. All right, that's a thing. So now we come back a year later, well, not even a year later. Everybody gets reinstated. You come back, and what's the first thing that you do? You mention counterfeit Bucks on Collision. That's the first thing you do. Okay, it was cute. It was funny. It was a little clever. All right, whatever. Yeah. And then later on, off camera, which we all know nothing's off camera because everybody has their phones. Then you want to run, you want to have something to say about Adam Page. Okay, whatever. But then the one moment that you let a kid named Jungle Boy tell you about Real Glass, Cry Me a River, you threw a hissy fit. Because basically, remember a while back. Let's go back to WWE. Since I like to call myself the historian, let's be historical for just a little bit.
Run it back.
Remember there was a time before. Remember there was a contract signing. I don't even know if it was Remember that one time when him and Vince was in the ring and Vince was trying to get him to sign a new contract to stay in WWE
when he wanted him to apologize.
He wanted him to apologize, right? So remember, during that whole fiasco, John Cena comes out there. And CM Punk, once again, he did one of his promos. And what did he say? He said, hey, you're no longer a dynasty. You know what I mean? You're
no longer the underdog, John.
You're no longer the underdog.
You become what you hate. You're the New York Yankees.
Exactly. So guess what? With that being said, guess what, Punk? You became what you hate.
Ooh.
Follow your own BS that you be talking.
You're no longer a martyr.
Practice what you preach.
Ooh, you gonna flip it around like that, Black?
White on.
You came in there and you got mad at Jungle Boy of all people.
All people.
The boy.
I care less how it happened. Whether he ran up on you, whether you ran up on him. At the end of the day, you lost your S. You lost your shit, basically.
As a veteran.
You're supposed to be, like I said before,
as like the veteran. Like other than Jericho and Sting, you're probably the most tenured wrestler on that roster.
That's been
and like I said before, you're supposed to be the locker room leader. Tony Khan gave you all this leeway, gave you your own show, and this is what you do in London at Wembley Stadium, the biggest pay-per-view ever in their 4-year history. And this is what you do.
Terrible.
You know what I mean? So, and as far as Tony Khan is concerned, bro, I'm not trying to hear that Karen, that Kent, what they call the male version.
Kent,
I guess, dude, that bro, stop it. That I'm fearful for my life, bro. Chill. That was really unnecessary. Just go ahead and handle your business. All that. You acting real, you know what, when you said that, you know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, you were just as much as at fault. You should have nipped that in the bud after he said what he said at that media scrum a year ago. And then a year later, here we go again. So as far as the people out there that got mad at 89,000 that tuned out, the people that are saying that, well, you know, Punk shouldn't have got fired or because of this, that, and the third. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Look, at the end of the day, wrong is wrong.
Business is business.
Business is business. And if you think that was gonna fly in WWE, you have another thing coming. Because let me tell you something about WWE. At least with Tony Khan, he fired you one way, but WWE fired you at your wedding, on your wedding day,
on your day off,
on your day off, on your wedding day, and you want to sit here and act like, and you want to say you want to go back. You think I'm going to go back to some place that fired me on my wedding day?
He ain't gonna be allowed back first.
Yeah, I would.
Because really,
dog, they said Vince had a fit about him pulling up in the parking lot. Like,
matter of fact, Vince the one that kicked you out one day when you was
now
in
I do have a
visiting.
conspiracy theorist take on that. I'll hit
Go
that
sit
later.
down. We'll hit that later.
We'll hit that a little later because
Yeah,
at first it was like, okay, this is really off the wall because I was, but
out of mind. Out of mind.
hey, but okay, go ahead, continue.
So man, that's
Are they
it's just
really
for
about
me,
to put
man.
Roderick
Like,
Strong in the world title picture?
yeah.
Well, Black, before
But
you
for me-
finish, I got a quick
Yeah.
question for you. So, does your level of where does your level of respect for Punk? Where does it waver now? Like, has it just completely like gone? Like, do you think it's time that he need to hang it up? He need to retire. He need to just go ahead and call it quits and just focus on himself. Probably get some mental help, counseling, whatever he need to do. How do you feel about that?
I mean, as far as the mental health part of it, as far as him getting counseling, I mean, I really don't know in regards to that. I don't know Phil Brooks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what seems to me that he has a nice life and he has a great wife and and he has Larry. Seems like he's in a pretty good, a good space as far as outside of the wrestling business. As far as inside of the wrestling business, I mean, for me, I think he knows his time is coming up. He knows his time is coming up, and I think I don't know, man. I just think, what's up?
Nothing. Continue, Black. You'll see it when you see it, bro.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like I said, his first run when he came back, that was cool. 7
It was
years,
cool.
all right. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. And what happened? And it was so crazy. Even when that went down a year ago, I was still rocking with him.
Right.
But I have noticed this run right here is lackluster.
I'm gonna hold it for a little minute.
I really, at this point, he's not going to retire. If he does go to
Nah.
Impact, well, allegedly, if he goes to Impact, allegedly, if he
Impact.
comes back to WWE, yeah, that's fine. Whatever, do what you do, man. But at the end of the day, man, like your legacy right now, it's in jeopardy.
Tarnished.
You know what though? But looking at it, would CM Punk going to Impact do more than Kenny Omega being the belt collector and being their world champ do for them? Because if not, then there's no point.
No.
Yeah.
Like there's literally no point.
Well, I think you could feature him more than what Kenny was
Then they
doing.
did
Because
Kenny.
Kenny was just holding belts, hopping across shows, but he really wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't having an extended stay on one particular show. The main show was AEW, but he just
So
was showing
would
off
you?
the belt.
So if you're Impact, are you desperate enough to build a whole nother show around this guy who's already?
Invest your money wisely.
No,
This is a business decision and investment. Invest in your promotion. Invest in, like what they said they're doing. They're upgrading everything and doing their thing. Impact has been going. I don't want to see Impact go out of business because of CM Punk.
I don't want to see.
They're the little engine that could keep on
No.
chilling.
Let
You
me
need to-
tell y'all where CM Punk need to go. And
Yeah.
it ain't but one right answer.
Okay.
He needs
Double
to
hockey.
go home.
Well, he was
That's it.
already there.
Be done with the wrestling business is what I'm saying. Because
We're done with you.
that's what I'm saying. Because we done with you. It's like when he started doing the pipe bomb stuff back in WWE. That's when I got turned off because I was just like, bro, you not that guy. But he's built himself in his mind to be that guy, and people, his fans, and other people have built himself up, and that's fine. But he goes into this place and shows why he's not that guy.
Right.
So Mr. 211,
Sir,
I want to piggyback off that, and I meant to say that when I was going through what I was going through. Is it the pipe bomb that what really made us fans of him?
I was never a fan of his, but I'm gonna say that was a very big catalyst for a lot of stuff because he exposed the fourth wall when we were not ready. Or he broke the fourth wall. When
I like the mentioning of the fourth wall. I like that because that was the way that the camera was as obnoxious as you can get. I do like that. So for me, I mean, I've been a Punk. Unfortunately, I was a TNA Punk fan. I was a TNA and Ring of Honor Punk fan.
Me too.
So I would say Ring of Honor too.
Yeah, like it sucks because it's like when the pipe bomb thing happened, I think that's where people tried to say he moved into the upper echelon of talent during that generation, the superstardom. Yeah. I'd like to think that he should have already been there, but we also know, Vince wasn't ready for a guy like him at that point.
No, not at all.
Not at all, because don't get me wrong. I love the Bobby Lashley ECW championship run, but we know that should have been Phil's. That should have been Punk's.
Yeah, straight edge.
Unfortunately, he, the whole Benoit thing happened. Benoit was supposed to win that night, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were saying that Punk was supposed to be after that. So a lot of it for him was timing, but also where he was. But the pipe bomb is definitely where his fans that still ride for him to like today, that's where they started their fandom. Was pipe bomb era. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I was just like, hush, get this off my TV. Like, he just sounded disgruntled like the whole time. It was just like, I'm leaving. Bye.
Then leave.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, go. It's just like I said before, I make a point not to care about these people off my TV screen. So if you starting to air personal stuff on the TV, I'm just bye.
Okay.
That's not what we're here for. And every time you turn around, we talking about Punk on some personal stuff.
When's the last time we talked about CM Punk, the wrestler?
What a great match he had, or what I'm saying, cool gear or something like that. Nope. We talking about how you trying to slap fire out of somebody behind the scenes.
But you gotta see how much is allowed though via the company though, because like a lot of that, I mean, some of it is off the script, but some of it was allowed. Hey, I want you. Hey, if you're going out there to do this, go ahead and do it. If you're going to do a shoot, then shoot. But some of the context, I mean, some of it was allowed.
It's not a shoot, in my opinion. We all have different opinions. If they say, okay, you can go out and do this, they didn't set themselves up for whatever it is they get. You know what I'm saying?
But they rode the ratings though.
That's
what make money. If it make a money, look, a lot of people ain't gonna care.
That's my point.
I think the last time we actually talked about CM Punk the wrestler was his debut, because at that time we was like, okay, what is he gonna be like?
Right.
We haven't seen him. We haven't seen him in 7 years. Like, can he still do it? Can he still go? That was the last time.
Yeah, is he a humble wrestler now? Is he somebody that's going to lead the new generation of guys?
I mean, and unfortunately, we're looking at him in terms of the taste that he's also left, because Ricky Starks.
That was going to be a fire match.
Not even just a match for him. That was going to be a moment.
Yeah.
But like that, even if he loses, that's going to be a shock. And you know what? The fact that was going to be the all-out main event. Like now that that's confirmed, that we know that was going to be the main event.
Yeah.
I feel for that guy beyond.
Do you?
No pun intended. No, I feel for
honestly,
I feel for.
I think the replacement was a good thing.
I think he had a great replacement.
I think okay. I do. But was it the main event? Did it close the show?
It didn't close the show.
That, like, we all know.
Closed the show, yeah.
Right.
Because that was one of Punk's biggest gripes about WWE, was never getting, because if we talk about in terms of what we consider a main event versus what the main event was, even he'll say, yeah, I know I had the main event that night, but I wasn't the last match. Yeah. Starks had a phenomenal showing. He had a great replacement. But to go from closing technically the company's biggest card of the year in the company's biggest market, because Chicago was their biggest market. I don't know what it's going to be now.
Child, they ain't never going back to United Center now.
Well, the fans didn't hijack the way I thought they would have.
No, they didn't.
But
surprisingly,
but they're not going to sell out in 10 minutes anymore.
Oh no.
And so now, but to go from the headlining match on the big company's biggest pay-per-view in their biggest market, that sucks for him. And even
Yeah.
if you go that, we just had the conversation about AEW pillars.
Yeah,
Jack Perry's career there is probably done.
it's done.
Even
I
after
think
he
so.
serves suspension, I don't think he'll ever get the focus that he was getting before this happened again. I don't see it.
Yeah.
But then it is all about the cobweb. What webs have you been tied into now?
Yeah,
And I think once you get stuck into that web,
you can't get out. It's quicksand. The harder you fight out of it, the worse it sucks you in.
You're gonna sink a little bit faster. And I
feel for it because that's two young talents now that not only that have been stifled by a situation, but that'll always pretty much be tied to CM Punk now because Ricky won that. I hate to say it, he won the meaningless Owen Hart tournament. He lost to Punk. And
had to set up for no reason.
What's the point of the setup? Now we have nothing.
He beat Punk.
I'm sorry. He beat Punk. He loses to Danielson. What do you do with him after this now?
Do you start a feud with Danielson and then, like how we were saying earlier, with the real world champion? Like, are you going to implement that?
Leave that alone. Leave
it's
that
over.
Alone.
It's over. That's why I think
more of a joke. Because now the second time nobody's beating you for that belt.
Yeah.
Leave it where it is. The second time nobody's beating you for
Mr. Vacant. Mr. Vacant now. Mr. Vacant
is
the greatest champion in all the rest.
Nobody can beat Vacant, dog.
That belt is over with. It's a done deal.
Take the X off of it and put it in retirement.
You don't even take the X off of it. He took that belt with him. That's it. That's on his mantle. That belt is on his mantle.
Let number 51 find it in the trash can.
So that's two main companies that you done had major problems with. Now is gone. So you have to sit here, look at home like, what is next? Should I contemplate retirement? Should I sit back?
Don't go back to UFC.
No, definitely.
Please don't.
You need to go home and stay there. Be on heels like you've been doing.
Be on heels. Be the wrestle guy or whatever. The roadkill guy, whatever his name. Be that guy.
Yeah, so he can act, and I think that's the route he should definitely go to.
That's a good check.
Maybe him and Adam can, work on something, since they're both in the action. Out of 1,769 matches, could we say that CM Punk's last match was at All In against Samoa Joe, which it was a pretty fairly all right match.
It was an okay match for what it was. It makes sense in the history and the scope of CM Punk's career. That's one of his biggest rivals, right? We finally got a good payoff match.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Is that how we expected him to go out? No,
we didn't.
If that's how he goes out, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I have no beef.
I have no beef with you. You're supposed to give back at the end, but you also can't help that you got fired on your day off again.
Well, he can't help that he got fired.
No, he can. You're right. I'm sorry. He can. You're right.
But I think his fault. Oh, that's crazy.
He did not need to be the problem child that he was, and I don't understand how. Well, no, I do understand how he was. It was just like I was saying. He built himself into somebody who couldn't be talked to. How'd you get there, homie?
I don't know, because it's always the level of I don't want to say crying because I don't want to seem insensitive. The level of disgruntled he always seemed about not being positioned to be the guy. And now you're actually positioned, not number 2 behind John Cena, not number 1 while John Cena's out, not while we're building Daniel Bryan, not a Ring of Honor when AJ Styles is there and the Rob Feinstein controversy happens, so they pull TNA tab. Not you're the guy. You get it.
You're the guy.
And you're the guy.
And don't know how to
this is what happens.
You have your own show.
You got your own show,
with
dog.
Your handpicked.
You were Dwayne Johnson when they gave him SmackDown.
And they allowed you to handpick the wrestlers you want on the show.
And to produce. Like, bro, producing is an honor.
Dog, Jimmy Jacobs only has a job because of y'all. Like, come on, bro. Whatever. I can't. I refuse to even try to understand it at this point now, because it's like it'll be another issue of trying to give him some type of slack and put the blame off on somebody else. And you know what? I am of the vein, and I can't even believe I'm gonna say this. I believe he's more to blame for this than Khan.
People don't
Because
get
at the end of the
credit.
day, because at the end of the day, at the and I'm gonna say this, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we all work. All four of us got jobs. I'm out right now, but all four of us have jobs. All four of us have worked with people that you want to strangle.
Mm-hmm.
All four of us have been forced to be in closed areas with no cameras, no supervisors, no nothing. And aren't we all still employed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we handle business.
Exactly.
But
What's his excuse? What? Give me the butt. Give me the butt. Give me the butt.
And my butt is, at the end of the day, as a man, as a woman, you still have to be accountable for your actions, no matter what. And I'm not putting that off, and I'm not saying that he should have been accountable. But what is allowed and what you allow in your workplace is what exactly is what you're gonna get. If you have allowed him to do this for months, a year, whatever, what in his mindset, what in his thought process is going to be like, oh, well, it's gonna be different this time. I can do whatever I want to do. He's allowed me to do it plenty of times before, and he hasn't said anything.
But you just said it. I can do whatever I want to do, meaning you have a choice.
Yes, but the choice is not. But there is no consequences and repercussions before the choice was made before.
So you know what? And this is where I'm glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that, because I've been trying to figure out how to work this in, and now I can work it in perfectly. There are consequences for your actions. This is where I'm gonna go with this. My measure of a person, of a human being, is the shopping cart test.
Say it again.
If I want to know the type of human being you are, I ask, what do you do with your shopping carts when you finish with them? Because when you leave that store with that cart, there is no consequence for you not returning that cart
To the station where it needs to go.
To the station where it needs to go, and you know that that's where it belongs. But there's no reward for doing what's considered the right thing. Right. There's no consequence for doing what you know is the wrong thing, but can't be defined as being a wrong thing, because there's nothing written. There's no repercussions. There's no ramifications. If you leave that cart in the middle of the parking lot, guess what? You left the cart in the middle of the parking lot.
It's gonna get picked up regardless by somebody else.
It's gonna get picked up by somebody else. We always have a choice when someone's looking, when someone's not looking, when someone's told us the right way to do something and someone's told us the wrong thing to do.
JJ did tie buckle.
What?
What?
It's a military thing.
When you said that there aren't any consequences, but guess what? There's no reward for him being a good person either. You just should be a good person, because that's what we've been taught. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And this was the one time, if you want to be hailed as a locker room leader, if this is the one time you want to be hailed as the guy, because I wonder how many issues has Roman Reigns had with people backstage?
Yeah,
not nothing that could have been handled. He's talked it out.
He's talked it out, but he always had the opportunity to smash them, stack them, and pin them if he felt the need, because we know Vince ain't letting go of his golden goose. That's just not happening. My man changed the rules on drug testing to keep Randy employed.
But Vince knew the difference between, like Blackout said, being a fan, get the fan out your system, and being a boss and being a professional and holding your professionals and your employees accountable.
So is it time for Papa Khan to step in?
No. You might need to,
because Warner Brothers is losing money, and I don't know who's going to be held at fault. But if we go back and look at these AEW ratings not giving them what they need to get for them to continue to not no more.
Papa Khan might need to have a talk.
The new and the wow factor has worn off.
Well, what is Papa Khan gonna do?
I mean,
have to have a
Papa
meeting
Khan,
with his
it's
son.
Papa Khan money, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying he can pull his money. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the end of the show, point blank, period. But,
I mean, I don't even think you pull the money. Unfortunately, I think it's time for someone to tell Tony it's time to relinquish some power.
Yes.
There needs to be in place. There needs to be a system put in place and a board of directors that have autonomous authority. Because we're at that point now where he's starting to look a little Dixie Carter-ish.
Very. It's getting very personal.
Yeah.
To me. There's a lot of personal things going on, like fidget spinner personal.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot of thinking going on.
It's not a lot of thinking at all going on.
Because Black can sit there and tell you, I can tell you, D, Mr. 211 can tell you, at the end of the day, bro, you have to really, you put that suit and that tie on, you gotta put your foot down, bro. You can't let everybody run over you. Like, hey, I get where you're coming from. I appreciate that you brought up the idea to me, but this is where it's gonna go. At the end of the day, you ain't changing my mind.
Eventually stood up to the clique, like, and that was.
Yeah, and that was in the heyday, like, hey, y'all my biggest individuals in the company, but guess what? This is my company. I runs this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's either you gonna do what I say, you can kick rocks and go. Like, yeah, it may hurt. It may hurt in the short term, but
Darby
at the
just
end
hit
of
the
the
floor
day,
so hard, like
that ain't nothing new.
No. Wait
harder than he hit that casket. That ain't nothing.
Yes. Yeah. No, he bounced. Like, even Nick Wayne looking at him like,
man, dude's a crash dummy.
Crash test dummy. My biggest.
Oof. Can't move, cuz.
Oof. Yeah, he hit that floor hard.
Like this.
My biggest thing about this entire scenario is you had an opportunity. You literally had the opportunity to change the game.
Yeah.
This was the time. This was Hogan going to WCW big.
Yeah.
This was, all right, we can turn the tide. We can make AEW solidified as a 1B to WWE's 1A.
Right.
And the only thing we're talking about, we're having an entire episode about the fall from grace.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest and let's face it, there isn't a free agent name out there that holds the same weight as CM Punk, and now y'all have lost y'all biggest free agent. That's the biggest free agent signing in
ever.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no,
not
ever.
ever.
You got Hulk Hogan, but
You got Kevin Nash. Well, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash.
I think Punk is under Hogan. I think it's Hogan to WCW, and then I think it's Punk to AEW. Because I wanted to say AJ Styles to WWE, but Punk's a bigger name.
And then AJ's been in WWE.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So and this is also him going somewhere and starting it. You know, maybe TNA and Kurt Angle, maybe, but that's debatable. That's debatable.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
That
was a shocker.
I'll give that. If that's not number 2, that's number 3. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I don't know. I might have put Punk under him.
Yeah.
Put Punk on. Okay.
Kurt
I'm on top 3.
Kurt was at his peak.
Kurt was in prime. This ain't
Kurt showed up, and that crowd went.
That makes a difference. I mean, all 200 of them.
Yeah.
But you know, and the crowd goes mild.
That crowd went crazy. It wasn't that loud.
His first in ring was Samoa Joe.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Gosh, man. See, and that's the thing. You had a chance to put your name and stamp it like that.
Yeah.
Come in, have fire matches, come in, deliver brilliant promos, and eventually become a coach and a backstage guy. Because you know he was going to stay around.
Yeah, he's staying around.
And him and Bryan Danielson backstage.
The plethora of knowledge and in-ring work that you can get to practice. And I know John Moxley sitting there like smoking cigarettes.
Bro, I know John Moxley is tired of having to step up every time because once that happened, guess who you had to call up on to come main event again?
This man said, please, man, I was just trying to get a vacation next week, bro.
He never took his vacation.
Maybe like 2 days.
It was a staycation.
Yeah, it was a staycation. Like he was in Ohio. He never got to leave.
Or wherever the hell he live at.
So I guess this would be my question to everybody. Where was his grace? If he failed, where was his grace at? Where was he at with
first
grace?
AEW title win? The AEW title win.
WWE, Lord. Lord help me.
Well, are we talking about in terms of this?
In his full career, where was his grace at before he fell?
Oh, 434 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Summer of Punk, 434 days. Like, because before Roman, that was it. Like, that was 434 days.
Did a longer run than the company, man?
Did a longer run in Triple H in the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era?
I think John's longest one was like 380 or something like that.
Yeah. I think like 380.
383.
434. And not 434 as the World Heavyweight Champion. 434 as the WWE Champion. That makes a big difference. That's his grace. That is the creme de la creme of his career.
You had the heavyweight championship, the WWE championship.
He had all of them?
The only thing he didn't win was US, I think.
Was that an option?
Yeah, it was an option.
It was?
Yeah,
Okay.
It was an option. Yeah, he's not Grand Slam. He could have been, but US was an option.
But they argued about Grand Slam.
But he won like 3. I think he won 2 Intercontinental Championships.
He had the oval joint. Shout out.
Yeah, he had the oval joint. I hate that design.
Whatever.
I think he had the IWA.
He
had a long run with the IWA championship.
Yeah. That was, I'm gonna say that was his grace, because I was gonna say Ring of Honor going into WWE, because when he signed the Ring of Honor championship on the Ring of Honor, the WWE contract on the Ring of Honor championship, bro, that was
cold.
That was cold with it. He was cold with it. If WWE is an option, do y'all want him there?
No. I think I think this is a 2-part answer to me.
Okay.
Maybe even 3. Yeah, no, and I really don't care.
Okay.
If you bring it in, we understand no matter what, it's a money-making decision move. It's business. Totally get it. But with that being said, we know that there are some people that know Phil in WWE that, hey, they cool with him. But then again, there's others like, if we bring him back, how is this going to affect the locker room? Where are you going to put him? You're going to put him on SmackDown, Raw? You ain't going to put him down in NXT, because I don't even want that to start from the development.
I don't want him cancering up my young development.
And Sean ain't having that.
But if you want NXT to beat AEW in ratings, that's how you do it.
And I'm telling you, and it's a business move. But
that is counterproductive on you, like you said, because that's cancerous to your developmental talent now.
You're gonna teach them to bring that to the main roster, and now the main roster is defected. So
exactly,
I think if Punk is going to do a swan song type thing, and he comes to WWE, or he is allowed back to WWE, and I know D don't care about him, but even Booker T said it. At the end of the day, once you burn that bridge, he's had nothing but bad things to say about WWE. So I wouldn't see him coming back like that. To me, the whole rumors about him returning at Royal Rumble, and he wanted to face Kevin Owens and at Mania or whatnot.
I think that I liked the idea when I read it.
Right.
I don't care for it, but I could see that being money. That would have been money.
Yeah.
But how do you form that in the same scope of, at the time, the Bloodline?
Right.
Do you put the Bloodline now on the back burner for that idea? Which
I don't think you would.
I don't think you can, because Kevin Owens was a big part of that.
So then that escalates to CM Punk getting a return the same night as Cody. So at the end of the day, I think that it's just business-wise, it would be good for ratings, financials, whatever. I think just like anybody, WWE is going to eat it up. You're going to have some people that don't care about it, but some people that do. Like when Cody came back, people dislike Cody for going to AEW, but shoot, when he came back to WWE, it was off the charts. People loved it. People loved him, wanted him back. Hey, welcome back, buddy. Welcome home. But I think with Punk is different, especially when the wrestling world sees and has dealt with it multiple times before. I think this is his, if I'm not mistaken, this would be his 3rd chance. third chance that he's had to come back and reinvent himself from getting that negativity that he's been passed around through promotions as the negative Nancy of wrestling. That is a bad thing and bad name to have. And I don't think Trips called it before anybody. All right. I mean, look, Trips is confident in what he said. He said, hey, look, y'all want to deal with him. I just think he needs to get himself together. And I don't think Trips is going to deal with that, especially not putting that around his talent. So respect to it. Hey, if he do, I don't care. If he don't, it is what it is. And if he does, I guess we'll see what happens.
And I mean, Moxley warned us.
He cut a hell of a promo.
Yeah, he warned us.
Yeah, it's just
Punk did not turn out. Punk did not turn out to be what we wanted him to be.
Yeah,
It's the truth.
Mr. 211, was he a waste of time?
I wouldn't say it was a waste.
No.
Of time. In the beginning, because when he first came back, I was sitting right here. I was just like, oh, Snappy actually came back. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then he turned into CM Punk, all into the mess that I always knew he was. Well, I always felt he was. So if he goes back to WWE, I feel like it's a bad idea because we done all had ex-girlfriends that we just talk about.
Uh-huh.
And all of our friends will look at us dumb as hell if we went back to said girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right. Like, really, bro? Really?
And so CM Punk, if he goes back to WWE, he's that dude running with open arms wide open. Come back to me, problem child.
So he's a hypocrite.
And I hate it. You know what I'm saying? That I ain't want nothing to do with. That ain't treat me right. Come on. I need you now. No. And I would still watch it, but I wouldn't have fun watching. You know what I'm saying? It'd just be like,
I mean, I'm not gonna turn my TV off.
I wouldn't turn the TV off, but
I'm not gonna.
I start looking
I'm
at TikTok and
I'm
stuff.
not tuning in. I'm not.
It is what it is type thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
It's there. You know what I'm saying? His matches would be filler matches for me or pee breaks, whatever.
Right.
Unless it was something interesting. Because if I was the booker and he did want to come back that bad, you know who he getting fed to, and he ain't gonna have a choice.
Roman.
You know what?
He gonna get his rump toe up.
I don't feed him to Roman first though.
I would.
I definitely would. Hey, look.
Nah,
it's storybook telling. You know why? Because look, like you said, your shirt had said it all. Look, you want to throw it to one.
That's why I don't feed him to him first. I feed him to Gunther first. Gunther needs a big name, big win that is somebody that we never thought he'd get to face.
Oh, the Honky Tonk Man coming next week.
You stupid. I feed him to Gunther first only because it feeds into the you don't belong to be in my ring. The mat is sacred to me. Look at what I value in this industry and look at how you treat it.
Gunther would tear him up on the mic.
Gunther, I just want to see Gunther. You know what? I don't even think it'd be good business to feed him to Gunther first. I feel like for him to pay his dues, he got to eat like 10 solid Gunther chops. And then, hey, welcome back to WWE, bro. But you got to eat him.
He got to get chopped up all match. He got to be bleeding.
Front and back. You got to chop his chest and his back.
Oh, man.
Yeah, yeah, pay your dues back. Nah, you're not just coming back thinking you coming back as CM Punk, former 3-time world heavyweight, former world WWE champ. No, you coming back as the guy who got beat up in UFC.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Trips got to put it in Gunther ear like, yeah, I know we talking about 10 chops, but I need to do a little bit more.
You know that how many times did Lesnar suplex Cena? Yeah, go ahead and give him 16 of them. Yeah. So story time.
With
Adam Cole, Cena conspiracy, and then I took it and kind of extrapolated on it and ran with it. Seems kind of. Oh, go ahead.
Before you go there, I just want to say this about Punk. We're gonna end that with him right now. I think his stock has went down to the point where WWE is not going to touch him.
No.
Cancer.
Yeah.
He's a cancer to a locker room. He's a cancer to a locker room.
He's a cancer.
Which is scary. It'd be different if he was a cancer to maybe a group of people, but no, an entire locker room.
Because Trips will beat his rump if you pull up on him like that.
I mean, Trips can't fight him no more with the heart thing.
Hey.
Yeah.
He can pull an FTR with hair.
No.
The FTR with hair thing, I don't think that'll ever get old to me, bro.
I can see Trips now. Hey, bro.
Like, we got a problem?
Get this strap.
We pull up like
Go ahead.
ways off of Don't Be a Menace.
Be like Arn Anderson.
Have a
Look,
Hey, swell.
with a miss.
Go ahead with your singer.
What's the
know.
word you use? What's the your Webster's?
my what? Oh
Your
wait, which
Webster's
one?
word?
Which one? Which one?
Your I don't know what word you use.
No, he said extrapolate.
Extrapolate.
Oh, my
Excuse me. Yes, you extrapolate.
I extrapolated and expounded upon a conspiracy.
Double down.
Hey, the word of the day is
He put out
extrapolate.
this
The
So, like I said, Punk holding up the one, and that was him coming. Him saying, "Hey, I'm going back to where I," because he walked out holding up the one.
Yeah.
And I was, I was feeling good that night. I'll say that.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, shut up. I mean, the creative juices was flowing. And just for the sake of, suspending belief, let's imagine he really did quit. Let's say he was the one that lunged at Tony Khan and knocked over monitors. The way so much. So much happened. So much happened that it almost seems like nothing actually happened.
Miro about to hit him with the strap. I'm like,
You know what I mean? Like, let's say that's what happened. What if Vince sent Punk there?
Nah.
It's a part of the script.
To discredit AEW, because now we have to think deeper across all of it. Destroy him from the inside, because we always thought that that's what he did with Hogan in the NWO. What if he learned this time, like, this is really what I can do? What if he sent Punk there to destroy him from the inside? So let's think about it. The biggest belt in the company means nothing because somebody came out and spray painted, not a faction on it, just a big old X.
Yeah.
Just because, first of all, you're not going to do that to my belt. Replica or not, you just going to scratch out a big old X on my biggest title in the company. Not on not on the TNT title. Not on international. Yeah, I don't know. I was about to call it the Mid-Atlantic again.
Yeah.
The international championship. Not even on the TBS title. You did it on the biggest title in my company. While arguably the biggest part of my company's future is the actual champ. Okay. You split the allegiance of the locker room to the point that even some of the talent there that are hardcore AEW fans rock with you, and you're a plant. We all know Andrade want to come back eventually, but he's posting posts under contract saying you still owe me a match. If I'm Tony Khan, you're suspended.
Yeah.
That's tampering.
Yeah.
That's tampering.
Yeah.
That's Sharon. That's tampering. That's like when they be like, "Hey, bro,
it's low key
That's like
tampering.
LeBron saying, "I'd love to play with Steph Curry." That's tampering.
It's low key tampering.
It's tampering.
You can't go
You're
back
suspended.
anyway until you.
I mean, you're not using them anyway.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw that in there.
You're not using them anyway, so suspend them. But just for the sake of it, imagine Vince McMahon is that much of a heel that he did. Now, did he think it was going to be to this effect? No. It just so happens that it played out that CM Punk is the ultimate mark for himself and the biggest heel in the back in the locker room. But just for the sake of it, believe that Vince McMahon is behind this. And you hear Cult of Personality at the end of a Roman title defense.
My eyes would roll so hard in the back of my head. You think I was like,
Look, T is not feeling it, bro.
I'm not.
But could you use the word destroy? Like, would you say he really destroyed anything, or did he disrupt?
Do you care about Dynamite?
Not really. I don't care about Rampage, so no, I don't. You not ask me
I care about
Rampage.
Dynamite.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna tune in for Collision?
Yeah, to see the fallout.
Faithfully.
See, that's what he calls.
Occasionally, yes.
No. Weekly. Are you gonna watch Collision like you have been watching Collision the last 2 months?
So I would say this: I will continue to watch to see if there is any changes within the product or if there's any decline in the quality of work. Because I can't just say I'm gonna just turn off Collision because Punk gone. Because I really don't. I mean, it's one person. Can one person have a massive effect on quality and product? Yeah, but you still got other people that's going to be there. You got Bryan Danielson that can make up for the producing part and make sure that you have a stellar card, which we're only going to have to see and let time play it out. But that's just on my take on it. I'll continue to watch it and continue to look at it and be a fan of it. Now, if it starts to get trash or it ends up on Rampage's level, then I'm like,
let me tell you what I just heard. I don't care about the A show in the company, and I'm gonna watch to see the fallout of Punk leaving to see what happens on the B show. Right? Yeah. And I'm not gonna watch the C show.
I've never been a big fan of C
show. Do you
care?
Do you? What story is more compelling to you right now? MJF versus Adam Cole for the AEW Championship, or the overall story of them being tag champs right now?
Not the tag champs, just the championship.
The World Championship?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised by that answer. Fellas, y'all feel the same way?
No.
Ask the question again.
Mm-hmm. Which story matters to you in the MJF being world champ? Is it the Adam Cole versus him for the world title story, or their overall story and them being tag champs and where it's going to be leading?
Yeah, the overall story, where it's going to be.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is
so I mean, like, so when you ask that, you mean like the overall story, either as champion,
like them being tag team champs together, where that's going to lead down the road, or are you just the only thing that you care about right now is the world championship? The next when's the next match happening?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I mean, I thought we was like to get into concluding all right, when the tag team.
That's
stuff
why I said I was
down.
Surprised by that. So let me tell you what I'm hearing. You don't care about the company's biggest belt. Okay. Is CM Punk's job done? When we left the show, when we left the biggest wrestling event in history, are we talking about the biggest wrestling event in history? Or am I sitting here BS fantasy booking about CM Punk?
Well, technically, if we being technically we all were talking about the show. We didn't get into the whole parameters of like CM Punk. Like everybody else wasn't talking about it, but we was talking about how good the card was. I'll say that.
We were, but what was the focus on last episode? Like we talked about it, but what was the focus?
About CM Punk gotten to do better.
What came out of that show? Did history get changed, or were we talking about Punk?
A little bit of both. I'm being devil's advocate.
You just know what I'm saying.
Right now.
I'm just saying. If those would if I sent him there to do a job well done. Job well. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this is what's happening. I'm just saying
conspiracy.
People stopped wanting to watch Dynamite because they wanted to watch Collision. The locker room is split. Nobody cares about MJF's world title run right now. We only care about this stuff with Adam.
Well, the reason why we're not caring about his title run at this moment because, well, I guess you could say that because that run was involving Adam Cole, that whole dynamic. Mm-hmm. Now that dynamic is over because there was no turn. There was no backstabbing. They pretty much won the belts, and
we also got to remember his run was already being but amongst us, because that's the one thing we here Beyond the Bell we try not to do is speak for the entire wrestling community. Amongst us, his run was already stale
until he fought.
By the time this Cole thing happened, right?
Yeah,
because I don't remember him defending against nobody.
Well, I mean, it's the strap match.
He defended against Bryan Danielson. That was a big. That Iron Man match was nice. It ain't the greatest Iron Man match of all time, like he likes to go about proclaiming. But
I'm not saying he didn't do it. I just drink.
You just don't. Yeah.
As far as his defending of that belt, I know there's people that have an issue with him defending it, not defending it the way he's supposed to defend it. But let's look at it like this: And I thought about this.
Champions really defended how they're supposed to now.
Hold on, and that's where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I thought about this earlier, man, and I was like, there's one thing about MJF, even though he may not defend it the way people want him to defend that belt, but all his defenses have somehow correlated in a storyline to where he has to defend the title, because it gets to the point of this. Would you rather, because there's going to be complaints on both sides. Let's say if he did defend the belt every week, then you're going to complain about the person he defending it against. Why do they deserve it? So which one do you want? Do you want him to not defend or to defend? You know what I mean? Like, I think he does it the right way, because if you look back in the day, shit, Hogan wasn't out there defending the belt every day.
Bro, Hogan wrestled tag matches across most of the 80s.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't do all that.
Against the Beverly Brothers and stuff like that.
Beverly Brothers. You know, we just got caught. We've been caught up in this. We just been caught up in this. We want it now, and I think he should defend it every week. But then you complain about the person he defending against. Well, AEW was coming out with records, and why Adam Cole get a shot? Because I remember that it happened when he got his shot against Adam Page. First thing a lot of people were saying, well, how is he getting the shot?
Well, I just don't understand why you kind of, I can't say the word. I'm newly saved as well, but can't say that word. But definitely, why would you complain about something that is going to be good?
Why would you itch about it?
Yeah, why would you itch about it? Why would you moan and complain about it? For what? At the end of the day, I mean, AEW does not have the schedule that WWE has. AEW has their flagship show, and they have a secondary show. They do not do. I think they stopped live events. I think now.
They
so
did.
At the end of the day,
wait, they stopped them again?
I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah,
I think they did.
And I think that I don't know if that was because they weren't really the market wise, and they just want to revamp it. But other than that, my thing is he's only going to be able to defend either at the main pay-per-view or on Dynamite.
And he's your champion.
He's not supposed to fight every week. I mean, this is not, and as much as I love this guy, this is not Orange Cassidy. Right. But see, MJF didn't need that.
Mid-card belts, you defend them every week.
Right.
You defend them. If not every week, every other week.
Yeah. Championship titles? No.
Well, you know what? Let's not say mid-card titles, because Gunther has had, and this is just my opinion, Gunther's had the same impact in his run that Orange Cassidy had in his run. The only difference is the volume of defenses. But both of them have brought prestige back to, you know what I mean? Both of them have brought prestige to both of those titles. And Gunther hasn't had, 50 defenses, but every defense is meaningful.
But to carry back off
of Cassidy, the volume of it and the fact that he was as fighting a champion as he is what brought,
But his image too. With Cassidy, he had to defend to change his image, because, like I think Black was saying earlier, I think you said it on the post when they was like, they didn't like him when he was just without a championship, and just as many people didn't care about it when he was champion, but they had to get out that realm and that mentality, like that he couldn't bring prestige to it, which I was shocked. And he did that championship very well. Gunther,
I no longer view Orange Cassidy as a joke. I still don't think he's world champion material.
And just think, I was talking earlier, I said, just think, we're talking about Jon Moxley here, who is a big name that has to fill the shoes of Orange Cassidy holding that title.
That's wild.
That's
wild. But then again, at the same time, it's just because nobody really, I just don't care about Jon Moxley and AEW. Which is wild to think, that's a wild statement, right? But
I didn't care about him in WWE.
Oh, bow.
Shots fired.
Yeah, man.
He does great hopping around the independent scene.
He does his thing well. He does him well, but that's about it.
So do you think it just needs to be the faction,
Daniel
John?
Garcia than I care about Jon Moxley?
I think he's good as a faction leader. Him just rolling around with Blackpool.
I mean, but is that a thing though? Like, is he just a faction guy then?
I think in this new realm and role, because I mean, he's not getting back near the AEW championship anytime
Whenever he's
soon.
been outside of a faction, he's been all
Mid.
Yeah, because I mean, I became a fan while he was in a tag team. So
I think he's just I think he's just good as a leader and as a faction
he's a
guy.
standalone guy.
I mean, he's always been with somebody, whether it's a Switchblade conspiracy,
Bingo.
whether it's, yeah.
Like bingo. That's where I found him.
I think
gas money. That gas mask thing in WWE was his idea.
God.
I bet it was his idea. Bet money.
That
so
definitely
bad.
was his idea.
When he was Bane, when he was Bane, yeah, that was terrible.
You really a
You see how well that worked for Dijak, huh?
Mm.
You see how well that worked for Dijak. You know,
That whole crew
got
that whole
retributed.
crew. I was like,
hold
man,
on, whoa! Thou shalt not besmirch the name of
Dijak. They were good, but then the
Retribution fell short because they weren't. Well, first off, Retribution fell short because it was pandemic. Like, let's think about that, because the rush in the ring, they're coming through the crowd stuff, that pops better on TV when there's people to do that with versus monitors.
Just imagine, we hear the fake cheers and the fake pipes on TV.
It was
and
so hard,
and it's so quiet in there.
Yeah.
They over there like this in a crowd, in a room with nobody in the crowd.
Right.
Look, the cameraman.
He was for the cue.
Hey, the NXT stars in the front row.
So it was a little better when they started doing that, but this is the pandemic era. But see, the pandemic era ruined a lot. Like Matt Hardy's AEW debut.
Yeah.
That was
Brody
Lee.
Yeah.
Like, we missed a lot because of the pandemic. So it's like, but with Retribution, that was a chance for them to get Mustafa Ali over, and they would have done that if there were people there.
Yeah.
Like, Retribution suffered. I mean, now Slapjack was trash. Shout out to Shane Thorne individually, but Slapjack was trash, and whatever Mia Yim's name was, Reckoning, she wasn't good for that group. She's never mind.
Marseille.
So I've always liked the big meaty men tag teams.
Pause.
No, not pause.
You tried that last time. It didn't work.
I'm not pausing the big meaty
so
men.
You like big meaty men.
I like big meaty men slapping meat.
So you like men slapping meat. That's what you're saying.
I like big and meaty. That's why I tune into wrestling. You can have your 5 stars and your Matt technical classics. That's not why I got into wrestling. Big meaty men slapping me. But no, Dijak and pause.
Look at that.
Dijak and Mace. I like them as a tag team, especially for Mace, because we know he's not gonna get anything else. Like, I remember they were trying to make it seem like he was gonna be next to like come up against Brock Lesnar when Brock had beat him down at the table. I was like, but that's neither here nor there.
What was his real name? I forget his real name.
Dio Madden.
Okay.
Why I remember that, I don't know. But
yeah,
I didn't even have to pull it from nowhere. When he said what was, I knew that was where he was going, and I already had it ready.
Dio Madden.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike Tyson.
I'm a slow spin that one. That wasn't a full spin. That was a slow spin. Shut them down. Dun, 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 dun. I had like their little theme. Their theme was cool too. But that's neither here nor there. Impact. If Punk goes to Impact, why are you laughing, Black?
Because I finally saw it.
Oh, hey, all done.
Yeah.
All done.
Man.
Shout out to Karrion Kross. He's the new X guy now. He's the only guy with the X now. If Punk goes to Impact,
I'm gonna watch it just as much Impact as I watch now.
Look,
not at all.
Hey, I ain't got the channel.
I do. I just don't watch it. But.
And I ain't paying.
I watch it.
But I got to do better. I
You got
to
to do
better.
better.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Yes,
I do,
he does.
Man. For Trinity's sake.
Yeah, we got to support Trend because y'all, everybody that wants to
Come
holler
on,
about.
You
not
tell
getting
Trent
chances.
to tell Hulu Live to get the channel that it come on.
No, we
Okay.
need to tell Trinity
I'll
to
tell
come
her.
on back.
I'll
But-
tell her.
But like I told Black, it's just to the
Oh
point
my
where it's kind of
God.
rough.
Hangman Page is petty. And I called him Hangman. Y'all know I don't call him that, but I called him that this time because he tweeted a picture. And it's of the Walmart clearance aisle. And the price is 50 cents. And guess what's there?
CM Punk tour.
A CM Punk action figure.
Okay, well, for Adam Page's sake, shut up, bro. Because you ain't had the balls. Because you didn't have the balls to say nothing when he was there. So chill.
You did.
So chill, bro.
See,
Chill
see,
there.
you got my boy. You got my hold on. I'm sorry. You got my boy pissed, dog. You like, hey, you got my boy. Hey, look, speaking straight up facts, dog.
Chill
At
that,
the
bro.
end of the
You
day,
ain't had nothing to say when he was there, bro. And then you want to say something, man. Get out of here, man.
Get out of here.
That's ussy. He's being real ussy.
Oh
Get on that
no!
tough guy
Oh no!
right
Not
now.
Uzi. He's
No,
being
see that.
Uzi.
See that's
Uzi.
when
That's
Punk
Uzi.
will come back.
He's being Uchi.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when Punk will come back and respond to that and just be like, "Yeah, the CM
Punk will come back
has
just to
money."
respond to that. Just to respond to that.
He got that
Yeah, this is
ESPN
like-
interview.
Like,
No,
shit, I had to do, and you know something,
Yeah.
just off the record a little bit. I had to do somebody at my job one time like that because after dude got let go, they want to sit there and want to talk about dude, and I had to tell him, I said, "Yo, chill, y'all ain't have nothing to say when he was here, so don't say something now."
Hey, straight
Yeah.
fact. Hey, hashtag facts.
Hashtag.
That's gonna be the official hashtag for this episode.
Hashtag
Facts.
Hashtag Charles Montgomery Punk.
We're gonna hold one up for Collision. You know, Collision's pretty much just done. You know, we're gonna hold one up. It was fun while it lasted. We're gonna give
Hold on, actually, I'm gonna hold mine down. I'm gonna give it a couple more weeks.
Not yet.
We're gonna give Collision.
Not yet.
We're gonna give
Not
Collision a 5-bell salute.
Not yet.
No,
No,
not
not
yet.
yet. Not yet.
Look, they still in the fight. They still in the fight.
They still have the talent, but now this show is with Jay White replacing Punk on the big card. Our question from last week might be answered. How do you give him this might be it.
This is it. This is it.
Sheesh.
This is it.
I mean, unfortunately, it's by default, but hey.
And then we have to also understand that Ospreay is going to be a free agent soon.
So where does Will
He
Ospreay
ain't
go?
going nowhere, but
He ain't going nowhere, bro. I just really like until I see him on somebody's main roster, I don't care.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I love the guy. Phenomenally talented. But until I see him do it on a big show consistently, I don't care.
Because you know what's happening? They're signed to AEW.
Yeah, Aussie Open is signed to AEW.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he's got to come over here and he's got to be featured weekly because that was the thing that was holding Walter back. Gunther was UK.
Yeah.
I'm never moving to the US, and look at him now.
Nah, and then look,
We all knew he was a phenomenal talent, but you're a big fish in a little lake. Like,
yeah.
I think I just can't see him coming. Well, I say I can't see him coming to WWE. I just don't think that.
He ain't going
I don't think that's going to fit his.
So you know what? I'm not gonna say I can't see him coming to the E. I'm gonna say we had a better chance of him coming to the E last year before Vince got re-established. Once Vince came back, then because that's why Jay White is in AEW. That's why you know, like there was a lot that was gonna change. That's why That's why Eric Young's not on our television right now.
Who's Eric White?
Yeah, I didn't mean Eric White. Shut up. I corrected myself.
Who is Eric White?
Who is Eric White? Sounds like an album.
Eric White, if you out there, like, share,
follow, share, subscribe.
Yeah, follow to the Beyond the Bell.
Join us.
The real fans.
We just shouted him out for nothing.
The hashtag real fans. But if he goes to Impact, is there anything, any program or any match, even if it's a one-off, that y'all can see that says, hey, he's here, tune in, and we get... Because, like, for someone like him, going to Impact, if that don't get them 500,000 views, is it doing anything? Because like getting them 200,000 views is not like what does that mean? They've done that before. You know, it has to be something groundbreaking for them now. And I don't know if he has 500,000 consistent fans anymore that are willing to watch Impact.
Unless you have him go up against Josh Alexander.
And I want to say that, but he's gonna have
or
to
Alex Shelley.
win. He's gonna have to come in and win, and he does not need to beat Josh Alexander. That's my guy. That's the walking weapon. And I'm of the vein that he don't need to lose no more for the rest of the year or next year so he can get his run back. But especially not to no CM Punk. Like that's just not happening. Like no.
Alex Shelley and keep it rolling.
I mean, but if he beats Shelley, that means he's Impact World Champ. Do you put the belt on him?
Eric Young,
Chris Sabin.
See, we throwing
Eric
names.
Young would be a good one. Heath.
I would like Eric Young.
I would like Eric Young. Do y'all think that's a program or is that just
it can be
it
the way Eric Young is an Impact? Yeah.
Yeah, he loves Impact. You can tell, like I hate that World Elite wasn't more of a thing because that was a chance for him to.
Or hey man, look, put him with the Rascals. Bump it.
No.
Hey.
We already had one. We already had one of those guys get
out.
booted. We already had one of those guys get booted. We don't need him influencing Trey Miguel.
Take yourself out. Thank you.
That's not what I asked for.
Nah, I want him. Look, Punk is coming back as a high flyer. He's getting rejuvenated. He done took a
my God.
and
I don't even like Houdini. He'll look like Sting jumping off that ladder.
He like, oh my knee, my ankle,
my knee.
Oh my God,
George.
Man, when I came down,
when I came down,
y'all ain't no good.
No.
Z-Pack number 1. Bro, Impact can't afford enough. They can't afford enough Z-Packs to bring him in.
No.
When I came down. Poor guy.
Oh, I don't know what you did that for anyway, but whatever.
Oh man.
Oh, that was
Don't
fun.
you do it. Don't you do it, Trig. Don't you do it. I know. Don't do it.
Or hey, dog. Bump it. Put him up against Tommy Dreamer, dog. Have him retire Tommy Dreamer, dog. Why are you making that face?
Because that ain't even a stank face. That's nasty. Look, like Cleveland, that's nasty.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
My name is Cleveland Brown.
Wow.
Hey, real talk.
I
wish Jacob Fatu get a hold of him in MLW.
Put him in the dirt, Oos.
Hey,
look, go on and feed him the hammer.
that's around. Get him Z. Give him Z, dog.
I mean, hey. Ryback wants to come back.
No,
that's the match.
No, bro.
Ryback wants to come back, bro. Let's go ahead and get the trilogy finished.
No,
yeah, Ryback versus Punk at Impact Rebellion.
Where? Casa Fiesta? Where?
Jesus. I thought you were about to say Costco. You know what I'm saying? The parking lot. Parking lot.
I mean, why not?
Look, in the rain.
In the rain.
Why not?
12 people there. Let Ryback tell it. Let Ryback tell it. It's gonna be sold out.
So it was sold out, all right.
Yeah.
That's all we had to give was 12 tickets.
That's it.
They're gonna be out there wrestling with Moose and Tessa Blanchard wrestle.
Woo!
Yeah. Right behind Casa Fiesta. Andale. Arriba la raza.
Hey, you want a firehouse sub sandwich?
Man.
And this has been the Beyond the Bell podcast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carlito Cannon. This has been Trigger Trade Night, Blackout Jones, and Mr. 211. Good night.
Oh man.
She.
Oh, that was good.
Because that's where he's going. He keep it up. This is where he's going.
Hey man.
This is where
Hey.
he's going.
I was
XPW.
about to make a messed up joke.
I'm glad you didn't.
Nah, I'm about to say he about to be
No,
out
I'm glad
there.
you didn't. So,
he
like,
about
when
to
I
be
say I'm glad you didn't, that means don't.
You
That means
still-
don't do it.
you
So he not
Y'all,
gonna end up
help
like Virgil.
me. Help
So he
You're
not
me.
gonna
still
end like
talking.
Virgil.
Help. He's
Sir,
still
you still
help
talking.
me.
Hey, so he not
Stop
gonna
it.
show up at
Keep the
Starcast.
reins on this.
No.
Go.
So he not gonna show up at Starcast. I'm like, dang man, that food look good. What y'all got over there?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't do that. Man, look.
I'm gonna drop myself out. Okay.
He said, I'm done.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that was funny. Y'all are
Oh.
fools,
Y'all
man.
ain't no
What's
good.
That was good.
Dog, I
man.
wish we had one of those sound effects. Remember
I'm
when
glad
they be
we don't.
playing? They be playing that song. Hey, they be playing that song in the heart, and somebody be on the harmonica, and they just be killing it.
Oh my God.
Y'all remember that prank phone call?
No, I'm sorry. That's goated.
Exactly.
That's
Damn.
goated.
It is.
She said no.
His name is John C.
She said, I don't want no superstar wrestling. Shove it up your ma'am.
Hey, bro,
It's like you
hey.
fight
No, it was the one when he called back. It was the one when he called back. Ma'am,
Hello?
do you support the U.S. troops? Oh yes, I'm
Right.
sorry. Yes. Well, a fellow Marine needs your help. Okay. His name is John.
That movie was on last night. I started
Oh
that
my
show.
God.
She's like, oh my freaking gosh.
When's the last
my
time
God.
y'all seen
No,
the Marine?
that one and the
Oh.
I'm watching you. She said, "Excuse me." Like, you know, he didn't get none. He didn't get none for a solid month.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Like
No.
he was on punishment for that one.
Yeah,
that one.
he
But that,
was.
I mean, but it's worth it at that point for that kind of level prank. It's worth it.
Hey, bro, that joint was fun. She said, "Oh my
I'm gonna go watch
gosh."
it after we get off of here. Like I'm gonna go watch it. 'Cause that is-
I'm trying to tell y'all, the
Oh,
Marine
man.
one was on TV last night. When
I
was
mean,
the
but
last time
we
y'all-
don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not watching the Marine one on purpose.
I did.
I like it.
John Cena was
that in
so
12
young.
rounds.
I told you I seen all 6 Marines, man.
That's not something you say out loud.
Yes, it is.
I've
You
never
know, I
watched
told you
anything
11. I'm loud and
besides
proud.
Marine 1.
You loud and proud.
I seen all of them. Marine 1, John Cena. Marine
Say it
2,
loud.
goddamn Ted DiBiase Jr.
God, he was in that.
Yeah, I
And then
forgot.
3
Hey,
through
look,
6 was
Stop.
the
Man,
men.
just
look,
stop.
look where he at. No, never mind.
Jay.
About
I
to
know
be
where
in
he at.
jail about to be in
Where,
jail next
where
to
somebody else needs to be.
next
but,
to Brett
Oh,
Favre.
Brett Favre.
Oh, yeah. Number 4 himself.
But the Marine 2 was all right, though. Y'all got to see it.
No, I don't. I don't.
I have just one question for you. Are you ready?
Am I ready for what? Who's this?
Are you ready for this Sunday night?
Oh. Hey, man, look. Look.
Super.
$99.99.
Wow.
And then they just kept going down in the price.
We're
Yeah.
wrestling in this house again.
Jesus, she said
But
there's
my
not any
question is-
chance in hell that wrestling is going to be in this house
But my
again.
question is what wrestling event did she watch that was so bad that wrestling's not allowed in the house? That's my
King of the Ring
question.
98.
Huh?
I said King of the Ring 98. She seen Mankind get thrown off that Hell in a Cell. She said,
Never
that's it.
mind. Never mind. I was about to go somewhere that I don't.
She saw
want to-
TJ's favorite WrestleMania.
Oh.
No. Oh, 9. Ooh.
What WrestleMania 9 was beautiful. Okay.
Hey, man, look.
Yeah,
I
it was.
talk-
Beautiful.
Hey, I talked to a coworker of mine, man. He mentioned WrestleMania 9. He just had this look on his face.
Oh.
It
I
wasn't
know
that
that.
look.
You had me for a second. You had me in the
I
first
did,
half.
didn't I?
You had me in
No,
the first half. Whatever.
he was
Otherwise,
like, no.
let me get off there.
He was like, no.
I'm going to watch that right.
But you know, in your case, we get it.
No, we get it.
We
We get it.
understand.
We understand, my brother.
WrestleMania 9.
We understand. So for you, okay. For the ones that are not you, no.
Whatever.
No.
Yeah.
it's
I
not
mean,
it.
hey, dude, you know, you like what you like.
Yeah.
I'm like that
Okay.
all fan of professional
I gotta
wrestling.
do. Hey, I just have to respect
WrestleMania
that.
9 is my favorite. JBL is my favorite.
Yeah,
We'll give you
JBL 's your
JBL though.
favorite.
We understand because he was an all-time great heel. all time.
All
But
time.
it's just like the fact that he was a heel backstage too. That kind of sucks.
I don't care what happened. What don't happen on my screen.
Yeah, he did.
He did say that. So wait, is that where you?
I don't care.
What this dude got going on with himself?
What is he doing? What's wrong with him? What the?
Look at y'all who can't see Trick or Treat
Jesus.
dancing in the back of his screen
Jesus.
for nothing.
Hey, cut the feed. Somebody cut the feed.
He hit the Daniel Garcia on him for
The
nothing.
Daniel Gar hit the Daniel Garcia.
Daniel
on him.
Garcia, tough boy.
It's
Hey,
tough, bro.
Hey, first of all, I
that
just
Prince
want to say,
Nana.
That Prince
I just
Nana.
want to say that joint with Billy Gunn was very disrespectful because
It was
way,
very, no.
Yeah,
ain't no way I'm falling on a man package, dog.
No.
Face first,
I'd have
and then
punched
he gonna
him
rub it
in the
in. Like what? You talk about a pause? That was a major pause.
Oh, that was a full stop.
Yeah,
that was a
stop.
full
That was a
skip.
stop.
No, I would have had to skip.
Yeah.
Fast
Oh no, I
forward.
skipped. That made me turn it off. I was like, all right. Look, I was like, there go my dance, and then that happened, and I turned it off.
like,
Look, you was probably like this.
I was like,
Look, you probably like.
Like,
Yep.
well, fellas,
Well, fellas,
I guess that was a fall from grace, guys.
I guess so.
Danny Garcia fell into somebody else's grace.
Shut up.
Sorry.
I mean, that's what happened.
Pause. Jeez.
And you got to do better.
He's got to do better.
Hey, you know who else got to do better?
AEW.
WEA. The way you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Hold on. Replace the E with the.
He'll get
Look, you struggling. You struggling.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped pointing on this. Because I ain't gonna
Look,
get
'cause I was trying to look. I was trying to look at the thing. I was like, "Damn, that ain't right." Hold on.
I'm
Like, he's like, whoa,
He's like, "Whoa."
So wait, what was a bigger blooper? Signing CM Punk or the exploding barbed wire match?
The exploding barbed
wire match.
all day, every day, 100.
I'll never let them live that down.
That was the worst. Hey, that looked like Orange Cassidy's pyro.
It did, bro. Oh my god. So last night was it last night? No, I'm sorry. What night was that? He came out. Sunday night was the first time I was like cognizant of the fact that that's his actual pyro.
Yeah.
My
Like
boy had pointed out for me. I was like, oh snap. And then I got to looking for it.
But it goes with his gimmick, though.
It goes with his gimmick, bro. But like sometimes you can be overly gimmicked, and that's one of the because like when it happened, I was like, I know good and well they did not shoot off one spark.
They
really did.
Look, and
hey, look. But going back to that barbed wire match, that was probably the one night where I was like, you know what, I'm going to put y'all on the back burner.
He's like,
because
hey,
you have to understand. You have to understand. I came from watching FMW.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're exploding barbed wire matches, with Terry Funk and
because Terry Funk was wild with them joints, boy.
Onita, you know what I'm saying? Sabu and them.
Sabu, yeah.
So to see that, I was like, what is this?
Excuse
At that
my
moment,
language.
I was
what
like,
even is this?
He said, excuse my language. He said, I'm about to turn this
at
shit
that
off.
moment, back burner was on its way.
Then the playing around with it the following week when Kenny Omega was like when he was talking to Don Callis, 690 Don.
No.
Them your guys. Them was your guys.
No.
Them was your guys.
Hey, look. He took a little small break and he came over to the.
Who?
He said, "Because I don't know what they're doing here. This is this."
Yeah,
makes
he came
this
over.
is
He came back over to
The
atrocity.
bloodline brought me back in.
which says a lot because like Blackout was one of those guys. I'm just not ever coming back. And then like he did not want we tried to get him to watch WWF programming. And then it was even worse when NXT switched over to 2.0.
Oh,
he was like, I am never coming back.
He said, bro, what is this? Paint
Because I was still watching NXT.
Yeah.
But when that happened, I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
And you can see the life sucked out of the. Yeah, I'm so upset that Vince made Braun kick through the black and gold NXT.
Yeah, that was
cold.
disrespectful.
That was like, bro, what?
But it's wild though because like part of me can't be upset because Ciampa won the world title again. So there's a half of me that's like, hey, I have to embrace this because my guy's champ.
Well, I would say they had a good stand and deliver under their belt.
Yeah. See, I was not gonna rock with Tony D. Like, pause. I was never gonna rock with Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Because he sent Ciampa packing. But now he's over like Rover.
Yeah, he's over.
Tony D was one of those characters where I was just like, this ain't gonna get over.
This is not gonna get over, bro.
It was too like, it was cheesy in the beginning. It's still cheesy now. But you know what I'm saying? He'd have been in the ring and showed us some stuff. But he came out,
But you know what though?
That's like Jimmy Wang Yang, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Jimmy Wang.
Tony D was one step away from ordering the gabagool. See?
You say?
I said
Nothing.
Chuck Palumbo.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, biker Chuck Palumbo?
Yes.
That was
Jesus.
terrible.
Oh my gosh, dog.
Jesus.
That was terrible.
Man.
We gotta have a show of terrible gimmicks.
Chuck Palumbo was in some
He had talent. He
questionable
just was in some questionable stuff.
questionable
Billy and Chuck.
So,
Questionable.
yeah,
booking,
Billy and
dog.
Chuck.
Call it what you want. Billy and Chuck was great.
Okay.
And what was the other one? He said terrible gimmicks. Big Vito in the dress. Y'all remember that?
In the
Oh.
trash.
I hated that
Oh
for
my
him. I hated that for him.
God.
Because I watched that man in ECW and I hated that for him.
I despised that. That was so bad.
I hated
That
Big
That
Daddy
was
V.
terrible.
I hated when Viscera went to Big Daddy V. I just didn't too much care for it, dog.
Wait, are we talking Big Daddy V in pajamas?
With the
Or
pajamas.
are we talking heel
With the
Big
pajamas.
Daddy V?
Nah,
with
with
the
the not with
nipples
the
out?
singlet. Yeah, not with the
I
yeah.
hated the
I hate the
nipples
pajamas.
out.
Hey,
I hated the nipples.
He was the
I
gimp,
just-
wasn't he? Wasn't he the
Yeah,
gimp?
he was the
What
gimp.
the
Yeah.
Bro, you
I
remember in
just
SVR 07 when you get when you put your finisher on, you get on and you humble from on the
No,
mat,
I
dog?
don't. No, I don't.
Wait a minute. Where are we going with it?
We're not going nowhere with
Bro,
this.
that's
This is
what I'm
why-
saying.
this
That
is
was
what-
a
no, but
bad
this is what
gimmick.
continued on.
No,
Who else?
no, we
Who
don't
else?
hump men for
Who
finishers.
else? Who else? Like you got it. You got
I don't know. Oh, Perry Saturn and Moppy.
and Moppy.
Moppy, yeah. But that was Vince doing.
But that's why I said that
That
we
was
let
Vince
Vince
doing.
get away with a lot of stuff.
That was
that's
Vince
why
doing.
that's why I'm trying to give Tony Khan the benefit of the doubt. But
Could you call Eugene a bad character?
no, I like
You
Eugene
can
was
call it a
offensive.
bad character now, but that's what Vince.
Eugene was offensive, but Eugene was over. And you're not gonna
Eugene
tell me
would've
he
got
wasn't
canceled.
over. Dun, dun,
Bro, I
dun,
remember.
dun,
Dang,
dun,
who did
dun,
Eugene
dun,
bad that
dun,
one night?
dun,
And the crowd was like
dun,
really bad, bro.
dun, 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 dun,
Was it
dun,
Batista?
dun.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a couple of beat downs. He got a
Got
couple.
beat down.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it
so
was
they
Batista
tried to-
probably.
What do you do with Umaga? I think Umaga went.
Maybe. I mean, yeah.
Umanga.
Umanga.
Umaga Santino Marella.
Eugene would have got canceled now.
Yeah, yeah. Nick Dinsmore, salute to you being able to have that happen when it happened for you. Because today,
Yeah.
you see, he don't pop up at no Comic Cons or nothing. though. Because they know they're gonna want him to write his name on the autograph, Eugene with the backwards E, and
There,
He like-
there is no Nick Dinsmore. There is no former OVW heavyweight champion. No, none of that.
he has been removed from the record books. People,
Ruined that man's career.
Hey, no, I'm trying to tell you, when Eugene was hot, my mom had cut off the cable, so I had to watch wrestling at my homeboy house. But his sister was a non-wrestling fan and looked at me and was just like, "Yo, is he really? Is he really?" And
no.
I didn't want to root because she was like, I don't know, like
I'm glad.
12.
I'm glad his feed was breaking because I was like, please don't say that word. Please don't
Nah,
say
we
that
don't
word.
say that.
Over here.
Look over here like this.
Not now.
No, she was just like,
Look,
"Is he really?"
was your finger on the button, Ron?
Hey, look about it. Yo, hey, hold
Because
on.
we don't know how many
Hey,
211s. We don't know how
Mr.
many
211
211s has happened. So I was like, please put your finger on that button so the
Mr.
second you
211
hear
again, like how you about to say it. You say it was he what?
Huh?
Not say it like how you about to say like was he what?
What?
I pray you would have been fast enough because I swear I thought it was coming. I was like,
Hey,
please
look.
don't say it. Hear it beyond the bell. Hear it beyond the bell podcast. We are inclusive. We are inclusive. That's all I'm gonna
You
say.
stole my bit from last week. He said too much.
Bing.
I just didn't. I'm just saying I didn't know how many 211s have happened today. So I'm just like,
Well, he
3.
hasn't had his cup all episode, so
Now my cup is in the dishwasher. I said that at the beginning.
He did.
I know
Lazy.
that's what I'm saying. You
All
don't
right.
have the cup. Duh. CM Punk. Don't start jumping at me with the
Yeah, calm down,
yeah,
Mr.
calm
Brooks.
down.
Like that.
Calm down, Brooks. Don't get the 9.
I just get mad. I'm punching now. It's over.
CM 211.
Real glass. Real glass.
Real
Well,
steel.
I think we
Real
covered
Steel.
it.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
With Hugh Jackman and the robots.
Yeah.
I liked Real
Yeah.
Steel. That was one of those movies where I was like, this is gonna be stupid, and then like I can't put it down.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, fellas,
Kind of like WrestleMania 9. Except I can put it down.
All right.
Why
And with that being said, we thank you, real fans, for tuning in to the episode 6 of the Beyond the Bill podcast. I had to look up for that.
Yeah, look, where was you
Hold
looking?
up.
You got a counter on your wall,
I was trying to find what
you
episode we were on.
you're looking for the teleprompter. That's what
yeah.
Episode 6 of Fall from Grace. It will be available on all platforms. We got Spotify. We got Spotify for podcasters, YouTube. So make sure you check us out, fellas. Let them know how to reach you, Mr. Blackout Jones.
Well, you can reach me at IG at blackout_Jones. You can also reach me Facebook, blackout_Jones. I don't know what that is anymore because I done had some drink. So sorry. I can't tell you no more. Just say Blackout Jones and you'll find it.
Just look for Blackout Jones.
Yeah.
BLKOUT. Some people like to try and spell it all the way out.
Yeah.
I was just being proper. Thank you. Mr. 211, tell them where they can find you at.
You know where I'm at on Instagram. It's man of steel _BTB. Please don't look for me nowhere.
Well, technically, they didn't know where to find you
Stay
at.
away from him on X.
Yeah,
Stay away from him on X.
Y'all don't need to know.
Hey, he's going to be
I
a
ain't gonna
little
tell you what my
X-rated
name
like
is.
CM Punk.
If you find me, I'll do some FBI level stuff.
All right, then. Mr. Carlito the Cannon, how can they find you, sir?
IG, TikTok, X. Anywhere else you can find me at Carlito_Cannon. Don't look for me on Facebook because I don't know y'all like that.
Straight like that. And it's your boy
Trying to give you my real one.
Yeah.
You can follow your boy at official OVO Sound _11.
The longest name out of everybody here.
Well, first of all, you got.
I be looking for you on IG to tag you and stuff, and I get tired of looking. So I should like, never mind.
Just put OVO. Look, just put OVO Sound.
I look for OVO, and then it pops up with Shane, and I don't want to tag a crackhead in my stuff. So.
Okay, then, guys. Yeah, make sure you
All
follow.
right, time to go now.
Make sure you guys follow the Beyond the Bell podcast TikTok, Facebook page, and also make sure you follow our website, which is beyondthebellpodcast.com. Make sure you're tuned in. And real fans, we appreciate you, and we'll see you for episode 7.
Thank you.